Is Michael Todd going to?
I don't know, but we're going live right now, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to ARMTV on a Tuesday night where we talk a little aggressive hand holding, talk about the community, talk about some fun stuff. And of course, you can join us. Just feel free to click the old linkaroo on the bottom. Jump on in. I don't know where we're going tonight. Sounds like we got some secret guests maybe waiting in the wings. We'll see if they decide to come on. But with you right now is me, Uncle John. We've got my usual compadre, Gary Roberts, live from his vehicle. And from the other side of the planet, the one and only Mr. Bang himself, Aussie arm wrestler.
Ready, bang! Very excited. Always love jumping on. It appears my internet is working at the moment. Uncle John, I really rate your shirt. Not going to lie. We've come in matchy, looking fantastic. And Gary Roberts will have to go about and get himself done. But the arm wrestling world, once again, is just fantastic. The community is growing and growing and growing, and I'm absolutely loving it. Just seeing more channels pop up, more matches happen. I mean, there's so much going on. I'm just excited to shoot the shit with you guys.
Yeah, so much going on right now.
Monster Michael Todd's watching for bed. He has the video. I was just about to click on his last minute workout. What competition is Michael Todd going to? I was trying to watch that before we went live. Damn it.
I have to admit that I've been very lax on watching a lot of arm wrestling videos because I've been so obsessive with Arm Wars preparations. So I'm trying to do that and then put out just a lot of Devon and Thor stuff because that's the hot ticket, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Well, I would like to update everyone that I've officially since the pandemic started, I've been living with my in-laws. One of the father-in-law passed away early in the year. Then we sold the house and we hand over the keys tomorrow. So my beautiful podcast room that I had prepped is now no mas. It's gone.
The new people won't even know the legendary stuff that happened in that room.
So, credit to Travis Bajan, even though he broke up with me for being in the Beast. He helped born the podcast room.
He's the one that it.
Yeah, Barry borned it.
Yeah. Barry. Yeah. So, sadly, ladies and gentlemen, that podcast room is no mas, and I will be on the road for probably 2 or 3 weeks. We are now the proud new owners of a pop-up camper van.
And you're not losing your mind yet?
What's that?
Are you losing your mind yet?
I haven't picked it up yet. It's still to dealer.
Oh, so you're just doing, okay, I got you.
We are going to visit so my wife's family's from Switzerland, and they have not met our son yet. And we are expecting a daughter. We're 4.5 months pregnant.
Oh, man.
Bang!
Yeah.
Almost 50. Let's do it again. If you asked me 20 years ago if I would one day have 3 children, there was no way that was going to happen. But now here it is, a grown daughter, and now two babies. So we're going to Switzerland for 10 days. I will be watching the Devon Larratt boxing match over in Switzerland. So I'll be, I think, on similar time zones. And then we're coming back. We're going to do an East Coast road trip in the camper van. I am permanently going to be residing in Beaverton, Oregon. So all you Pacific Northwesters, prepare for me to come down to town and slam bitches.
Slamming bitches. Oh, yeah.
So that's what's going on with me. That's why I'm in my car.
Real quick. Norm Macdonald died today. Dude,
yeah.
Killing me. Oh, he was my favorite.
I am sorry to see Norm go. I grew up watching Norm.
He was awesome. I quite enjoyed him. It was funny.
Okay, so Eric McAtee, one of my Patreon members, he busted my butt on chat saying he was going to break up with me. Apparently, I'm a pretty good spouse, but apparently in the social media world, I'm a terrible boyfriend.
Uh-oh.
I don't treat my Patreon members well, apparently, because they're feeling dissed. Well, all I got to say is I know I have been sidetracked with the house business, but I promise to get back to you. But I would like to do what Uncle John does and shout out to all my current 11 Patreon members.
All right.
I've had 11. I had 13 2 months ago, and now I'm down to 11. We've had a little bit of shrinkage. Cooper Maxwell, thank you. Ryan Espy, Santiago Maciel, Artem from Top Roll, Callum Sidebottom, I feel like that's a fake name, Billy Ortegas, Bud Ember, and Uncle John's Arm Wrestling Show. And Eric McAtee. I'm sorry I didn't give you no love, but I promise for you Patreon members, you 11, you hang out there. I hope the course of the relationship, you'll feel like it was worth it. Then Mizelle Jador and Jordan Champ. Thank you all for supporting the Patreon. Ozzy, you got anything like that? Patreon?
Yeah, my Patreon, super cheap. It's 50 cents a week. That's it. You can clean your car and pay for my Patreon.
Am I a member? Am I a member?
No, you're not.
Oh, damn.
Oh, Gary, you're falling behind.
No, it's all right. Yeah, just 50 cents a week. And I just try and include people's names in the video. Some people choose to pay more. Uncle John, you a Patreon, I think, to about 109 different channels because you're a dead set legend. That's why. So, but yeah, it's just good. Any money earned just goes back into arm wrestling. That's all my goal is. When things hopefully get back to normal, I'd love to pay for someone to come to Melbourne or host events and go, right, finally, some of us can make a few dollars and things like that. That's all. Any money from YouTube, merchandise, whatever, it all goes straight back into the arm wrestling community. I don't even think, my wife's not here, so she doesn't know, but I don't even think I've bought her dinner with any of the money made, unless it's like a 2 a.m. live stream and she allows me to get up in the morning. It all goes back to the arm wrestling community.
Beautiful.
Okay, guys, sorry, I had to speak to Denise. I'm trying to get the IFA World's, I guess she's a founding member.
That's where Michael Todd's competing. He commented earlier. He's competing at IFA.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey, well, my interest in that event just went up 17-fold.
Well, if Michael's going to be there, that's
good.
That's a good thing. It's also not great if you're super heavyweight, but it's good.
Because you're battling for second.
Yeah. We've got a super chat from Robert Kelly. He says, all this moving talk sounds like excuses for losing to Ryan.
Oh, Ryan Grondin. Oh, yeah. Damn it. I got an update on Ryan Grondin. Hopefully he is okay with it.
What kind of update?
Well, we've been pushed to weigh-ins Friday night.
That's when the match is going to happen?
I mean, he was saying if you agree to do it on Friday night, then we can expand the card and we can have more fun matches on Friday night. And I'm kind of thinking that'd be easier for me for filming Saturday. So I kind of agreed to it. But he has to agree too.
You're going to get put in the dumpster list. They're not going to do any extra matches. They're just getting you out of Saturday. That's all he's doing.
What?
I reckon take the Friday night match. If you start promoting it and you both agree now to take the Friday night match, do you think you will be at the most popular weigh-ins in history? I think this is a fantastic match. People are dying to see you, Gary, come back on the table because of the intensity and the screaming and ripping out your hair and being living in a caravan. We need to see that animalistic behavior come out. And Ryan, he's a cool dude. So I think you basically have the main event, the only match So if you're going on a Friday night, I reckon heaps of people will turn up, and it'll be better because it'll just be focused on you two, 100%.
Okay. We had the weirdo camera guy on Friday night. It worked out perfect.
Yeah.
Take the match Friday night. Take it.
Denise is connecting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the IFA Worlds, Michael Todd's in the chat. He's going. That's gonna be one. So I was obviously I can't be there. So I was concerned about what kind of media we were gonna see.
Yeah.
And
it was gonna be a live stream.
If Michael Todd's there, that means we're gonna get some cool stories. So
well,
and
the live stream is happening on Arm Fighter.
Yeah, on a website or something. Yeah. That's cool.
Are you there?
We got a super chat from Cooper Maxwell, $4.99. Cooper Maxwell is the man. He says, "Good day, fellas. Maximum effort and ready bang."
Big Cooper, bang! Yeah, Cooper's a huge supporter of all the channels and absolutely loving it.
Cooper Maxwell is a Patreon of Gary Roberts, even though
Cooper's a beast.
Serve it. Did you unmute Denise? This is her first time using Zoom, so.
All right, so I asked her to unmute, ask to start video.
No, she's not going to do video.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you.
Yep.
Awesome. What's up?
Denise.
Yes.
Hey, so I noticed online some of these new arm wrestlers, they don't know the history. They don't know what you've done for the sport. So I want to talk about your event coming up this weekend, but more importantly, let some of our new people out there know what kind of a badass arm wrestling promoter legend that you are.
Oh, you're just sucking up, Gary.
I mean, it's true. I don't need to suck up. I mean, you were the first when Harold Ryden called me up and he said, "Hey, I'm going to this tournament in Abbey Resort, Nevada."
Yeah,
High
desert. No, it was a high desert, I think.
Yeah, he said John Brzezinski is going to be there. It's going to be an awesome tournament. And I drove out there with Harold Ryden. I barely knew Harold. I got the car, did a road show. And you and Leonard were crushing it. And I believe.
And you were, it was 100 and some degrees, and you were in a long trench coat. Not that I remember.
You told me you like averaged, I don't know, 35 to 40 tournaments over the span of like
37 years now.
What?
37 years. Our first tournament was March 1st, March 9th, 1985.
That's amazing. Okay, I want to dig. We don't want to take up all night, but let's sum up. Like, how did you get into promoting arm wrestling?
Well, my first answer is sheer stupidity. Okay. My second one is I was a cheerleader in high school and involved with wrestling and football and all that, and enjoyed the atmosphere of that. I got married at 20, had a boy at 25, and my husband met Leonard, and he started to go arm wrestling tournaments, and I went to drag him out because I had a baby at home. And Leonard says, "Come to the mall and watch. You know, you'll be shopping anyway." And I went to the mall and got bit again by the excitement of the one-on-one and the competition, and the rest is history. In 1985, we started promoting. Leonard and two other referees and myself started promoting. And 1985, we got a hold of Bill Sobranis and asked him to endorse what we were going to do, and we started wrist wrestling. We did professional wrist wrestling.
Wait. Your first events were wrist wrestling, not arm wrestling?
Traditional wrist, because there was a AAA promoter in Billings and we didn't want to interfere with arm wrestling. So we did traditional wrist like Petaluma was. And we did that until I think our first arm wrestling event, and I don't have the books in front of me because I'm in Orlando, was, I don't remember if it was 87 or 88 or 89, but then we were promoting both for probably 10 or 15 years. we'd have a state wrist, we'd have a state arm, we'd have amateur state wrist, amateur state arm. And then, you know, obviously arm wrestling has more of an identity than wrist wrestling. So, you know, over the years, we kind of phased out the promotion of traditional wrist. So it's been arm wrestling, but we're in our 37th year.
Hey, before you go on, can you just, is there, I mean, doing arm wrestling and wrist wrestling events at the same time, was there any, were they essentially the same?
Yes, they all different table was traditional wrist, no pegs, hold your hand in the center. And then
Right,
arm
right.
wrestling.
I know the format. I mean, like running
Yeah.
of the, like,
Oh yeah,
would
same thing.
would more people show up at wrist wrestling or arm wrestling with the
Well,
same classes?
They crossed over, but some preferred wrist, some preferred arm. You know, because with wrist wrestling, it's body contact, it's technique, it's, you know, it's different. Smaller guys have more what's the word? Because it's body contact, you know, those skinny guys can dig in with their shoulder and make things pretty difficult. But
Would
over
the same
time,
guys win?
oh yeah. But there's some, like even Leonard prefers wrist wrestling because it's really more technique. It truly is, and it's body contact. And if you know how to wrist wrestle, you're a true wrist wrestler. It's a whole different party. In fact, I was trying to think, was it Gary Goodridge called me one time and he says, "What's this wrist wrestling stuff?" And I kind of explained to him. He says, "Well, I really don't know that much about it." He says, "And to be honest with you, I don't want to lose." Because we used to do a national wrist wrestling where we gave away money and rings and things like that. And, you know, so we did that in Deadwood, South Dakota for a long time, our national wrist. We did it in Cripple Creek, Colorado. But they're the same, but different, you know.
I would like to jump to during the period of time that I got in, I would say that you, like John Brzenk, I have like 400 matches of John Brzenk.
Yeah, John grew up on our tournaments.
Yeah, you were like the bread and butter. You guys were the king and queen of decent prize money. You were doing it every month. And a guy, John Brzenk, would come in, pull multiple classes, and
he and his brother, he and Bill both. You know,
like you owned the sport essentially. Like you were, we could count on you.
Doing money tournaments, and if we said we were having money, people got their money.
Yeah. What was the? I always thought like you were so good at finding sponsors, prize money. Like you guys mastered the game. From what I saw, that no one else was doing.
Yeah. No, well, we were unique in what we were doing, and we were the only ones offering prize money. You know, and we were based on refereeing. That's why we started promoting, is because there were so many bad referees out there. So the 3 people and myself that started, it was 3 referees and me, and that's where our base started. And we are still a little anal about having good referees. Yeah. You don't pull people out of the crowd. If they don't know what the hell they're doing, they don't belong on that table.
Well, I admit I've pulled people out of the crowd. Sorry.
Yeah, you're not the only one, honey. Okay.
No disrespect. Okay. For the new people out there, guys, this lady, she's done so much for arm wrestling. Let's get to the topic at hand. I still don't understand the politics of how worlds divided.
I want to get down there. Yeah. Let me tell you something, Gary. Yeah. I'm 67 years old. And I went through a split 20 years ago. The very last thing that I wanted to happen was another split.
Yeah.
Because it's bad for the arm wrestlers. But when an association is so corrupt that they can buy positions on the board, they're not following their own constitution, they're breaking rules, we had no choice.
Yeah.
And I know this is overused, but it was not beneficial to the arm wrestlers. And you know us a long time. If it's not good for the arm wrestlers, we don't do it.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
know.
So you, the IFA, are you like, you're a founder? How are you involved?
No, I'm on the executive, well, not even the executive. I'm one of the board's members of Congress, for lack of a better term. I am the U.S. representative in that association.
How many representatives are on the board?
The board itself has 4 people. And I
Okay.
want to clear something up. Igor Mazarenko is not involved with IFA. That's a myth that's out there. He did help, he and Anna helped get us started in Poland. And we couldn't have done it otherwise. But he is not involved at all, not on the board. Nothing to do with IFA. Anna is on the board because of the disabled athletes.
Okay.
Kirill is on the board because he can interpret. Anders is the president, and Marian Kapla is the general secretary.
Okay. Well, the reason why I wanted to bring you on tonight is because I think with the pandemic and everything, I don't know what kind of international turnout you're getting, but I would let's just say 6 to 8 hours. If there's an arm wrestler within a 6 to 8 hour drive of Florida, like I would probably drive 12, 14. Like I'd get in the car with my buddies and I'd head to Florida. So anyone's watching and they want to have a fun event where they get to mix with some arm wrestlers they've only chatted with on Facebook or the message groups, like they shouldn't be missing this event. You know what I mean?
You know, this is the 3rd time I posted. We have over 300 American bodies registered. I have
already or pre-registered or like
pre-registered.
Okay.
That's bodies. We have around 700 entries. But I have competitors coming from Mexico, Azerbaijan. We have some Republic of Georgia, world champions that live in New York that are coming to full. Canada has a team of 14 or 16. We have other countries that are going to be represented too. And Gary, if you remember right, in '98 when we had the split, the first WAF, the split had only 4 or 5 countries in Thunder Bay.
Yeah.
And then Japan was in '99 wasn't much bigger. And we had, I have more experience than anybody else in promoting in the IFA, and but our hearts are all in the right place. You know,
and you had to reschedule this event because of the whole COVID
for a year. I've worked every day on this event for 2 years, and it's going to be off the charts. And it's disappointing that it's not going to be a perfect IFA, because in reality, if the borders have been open, we would have 2,000 arm wrestlers.
Was it scary to pick a date and start promoting it, even though you knew the world was still a little weird?
Yeah, it was, but it was either now or never. It was either now or never. Yeah.
When did you realize I got to do it? Like, do we just have to go?
Well, I've since we quit last, I always looked at it as though it was going to happen. I never doubted, because if you doubt, you're going to miss a step.
And is it true this one you don't have to qualify? Someone can just show up. I can go there, try to compete.
You don't have to qualify.
I kind of like that. Is that something that could stick around, or that will never be a thing again?
No, I don't know when, but we have discussed it. Yes, you will have to qualify in the future at an IFA national, but we have to build a base.
Yeah.
So, right now to this year, I don't know if next year will change. But We have to build a base.
How many refs does it take to like pull off a world level event?
Well, we're doing it with this year. We're running 5 tables with 10 referees, and we're moving referees around. But normally we'd like more, but we couldn't bring in our master refs from Europe. So we have Keith Michelle and Rick Pinkney and Leonard Harkless as our master refs, and then we have several senior refs.
And what city are you guys in again?
Orlando, Florida, at a beautiful Lake Buena Vista, Hilton Lake Buena Vista.
And where, if anyone's listening and they want more information to head out there and start driving tonight, where do they go?
USArmWrestling.com.
And when does the
Worlds?
Oh, I'm sorry, I cut you off. Say again.
Okay, it's on USArmWrestling.com under the IFA Worlds.
Okay. And when does the action start?
Weigh-ins tomorrow are at 9 a.m. for Masters and Juniors. Competition for Masters and Juniors start on Thursday morning, left-handed, Friday morning, right-handed. Weigh-ins for senior, which is open, senior open classes. Weigh-ins are 9 a.m. Friday morning. And then competition for senior and disabled. Now understand that some people don't understand that senior means open. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And so open and juniors pull on Friday, left hand on Saturday, right hand on Sunday. But you have to get weigh-ins at 9 a.m. on tomorrow morning for masters and juniors. Friday morning at 9 a.m. for seniors and disabled.
I'm 48 years old.
Yep.
What class can I pull masters at 48?
You'd pull masters at 48 if you were 50 by the end of this year, by December 31st, before December 31st, you could pull senior grant.
Do you think I can match if I went there this weekend?
Oh, the classes are stacked.
Yeah, I'm trying to be funny. I'm trying to get you on.
I know. I think
you'd
get your ass kicked, but I think you'd get your ass kicked, but that's just me,
So have you seen any big names there? Michael Todd, he's coming. He's always been
and Rockers.
Oh,
and
Rockers.
Jim Fitzsimmons here on the front seat with me. Rockers, Devon Bear, Corey Miller, Roman Gromoff, Rob Brown.
Nice.
Lupke's was going to come, but he's still having health problems. But yeah, they're really good. Am I going right?
That's awesome. Hey, I saw you post something about getting grief on Facebook. Well, what are people messing with you about the roster?
Well, I'll tell you what, 99% of the people in the US have not been to a world championship. And they're professing to know how it's run, how the drug testing's done, and they're inciting other people. Oh, there's only going to be one person from one country. And I'm going to be a little crude here, but they don't have a fucking clue. And that's what irritated me. If you don't know anything, don't guess.
Oh, the internet, they're cruel. They don't know shit, and they're mean.
Well, and after they pushed Mama over the edge, they quit. That's all I wanted.
Yeah. I mean, again, for new people out there, someone said, who are we talking to? I'm telling you, not many people on this earth can match up like what you've done for the arm wrestling. Like your list is so long. Hundreds. So many people have gotten into the sport because of you, and somehow you're tied to somebody. The web.
37 years is a long time.
I don't have a last name, and neither does Leonard. It's Leonard and Denise. It's like Sonny and Cher,
Yeah. Well, anyways, Hey, drive out there. Go hang out with Monster Michael, Devon Larratt, Corey Miller, Bob Brown.
And Gary, I have one thing I'd like to say.
Yeah.
I do this for the people, and that's an old saying, but I don't get paid for this. I have 2 jobs, and there's no reason for me to continue to do this if it wasn't for the people.
Yeah. No, you've done a great job. I mean, I've always continued. There's nothing wrong with making a little bit of coin. I think you should make money at some point.
But the rewards are with the relationships.
Yeah.
That's where the rewards are.
I have one question. I'm
Not
waiting.
on a first date, Gary.
I'm waiting for it, Denise.
Okay.
This is not going to happen. So this is pretend because I've got to go on a family trip. But if I showed up this weekend, Gary Roberts with the camera in hand, would I get stage access?
Well, you'd have to talk to my live stream guy, Bill Schumer.
Who's that?
You know,
Bill Schumer.
Bill Schumer, armfighter.com.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. See, first come, first serve, babe.
All
but
right.
I promise I wouldn't give you the microphone. I know better than that.
Yeah, I know. Hey, Denise, the event. I can't wait to watch some of the footage.
Well, I hope to see you, and that baby is wonderful.
Thank you very much. Have a good night, okay?
Thank you, guys. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, bye.
See you, Denise. Have a good weekend.
So
Yeah, that's cool. 37 years. Yeah, it's just a shame that like so many people do so much like awesome work and they allow, you know, the 3 or 4 negative comments. You know, I think as an arm wrestling community, we just got to focus on the 500 awesome comments, because then when, you know, 3 or 4 people throw negative shame, we seem to, as a community, focus on that too much and let it get you down. Just 30. Like I turned 37 in December. So Denise has done more for the arm wrestling community than I ever could, because, you know, I was still in my mum's belly when she was starting to promote arm wrestling. So I think it's, if she can just focus on everyone telling her she's done an awesome job.
I've promoted events, right? I've promoted some events. They're hard work, bro.
that was terrible.
Can you imagine hundreds of them? Oh my God. Hundreds. Dude.
Brutal.
So much of the footage I have wouldn't exist without Leonard and Denise tournaments.
So yeah, I just hope that we can have another Worlds in the US during a year that's not stupid like this.
Yeah.
You know, I think she's right. I think it could easily get up to that, you know, 1,500 plus mark of just bodies. And that's a lot of people.
I mean, with the amount of arm wrestlers there are in like the Southeast, they still could get good numbers with people just driving in. I mean, you're never going to have another opportunity where you can just show up at a Worlds and enter. Like, yeah. I tried to say, could this stick around, but it's never going to happen. Never. No.
And I don't think it should. I don't think it should be open. I don't think somebody off the street should just be able to participate in the world championships of arm wrestling, right? To me, I think in order to get the world championships, we should have already whittled down the chaff, and it should be a fairly elite set of people going to Worlds. That's what I like.
Oh, I forgot to ask her about weight classes. Do you guys agree with like the every 10 kilos or the every 10 pounds sort of thing?
I don't know.
Not 10 pounds, not 10 pounds, 10 kilos. Yeah, we do. We only usually do 3 weight divisions here in Australia, but then when it comes to nationals, we do 10 kilos. But sometimes when I see some of the posters for the American tournaments, it's like we've got 178, 180, 183, 189. It's like you're trying to hit every single prime number to be a weight division. And then soon I'm going to look on, it's like we're promoting 216 and a half pounds. And then we're going to have 187 and 3/3. It's like, just, way too many, I think.
Yeah, because that's the only thing is like, it harkens back to your conversation, Uncle John, with Cobra. when he was saying, I never thought about this fact, but you could have like one weight class be stacked in world caliber level, but then like another class, 4 guys are in it. And I was like,
Yeah,
Like-
I got 3rd place out of 3 people. Look at my bronze medal.
Hey, nothing wrong with third
No
place.
offense. No
Nothing wrong.
hey, I forgot to, oh, damn it. I forgot to ask her what she thought about Devon boxing. Poop.
Whoa.
Did you guys watch the Ryan Bowen, John Brzezinski link last night?
Yeah,
I watched a little bit of it. Yeah.
yeah, that's
So
cool.
when he-
That's cool.
When he started, there was like 500. John had 500 subs, and now he's like 5G.
Good.
Yeah, and he should be.
Good. Yeah, it should be more. It should be 50, 60. Yeah, he's done a lot. He's done a lot for the sport. I think it's fantastic that he's on YouTube, and to hear some of his stories, I'll definitely be listening. Because since the arm wrestling community and it's all blown up, everyone wants to hear what John thinks. There's a lot of conversations. Oh, what if a prime John Brzezinski could beat this person? What if a prime John Brzezinski could beat that person? Well, now John Brzezinski can tell us. I think every single one of his videos, like his next video should be, could I beat Levan? I think that should be his next video.
Oh, that would be huge. It would be 200,000 views, easy.
Oh shit, that's a good idea.
Hey, I got to address this. Soft Wash Science says, nope, open entry is the best. They pay and make the pot larger, and maybe one goes some rounds. You don't win money at Worlds, so there's no pot to make larger.
Did we miss a super chat from him too?
We
Yeah,
did
it was
have a
99
99 cents super chat from Soft Wash Science. Thank you very much.
But speaking of Worlds, could you imagine the Australian team that comes over? We would just get the brooms out and sweep the competition. There are so many people here in Australia that are already stronger than Levan. We just can't get out and show it.
Here's the thing. When I used to go to World Championships, Australia was like, dude, you got one. I remember one dude with a beard. Like we had one guy, one guy. It'd be so weird for me to see like a real team, Australian team show up, because it was always like, like when you're watching the Olympics and then there's always that one country, this one dude, like one flag. That's how it was back in the day. It's so weird to see, like, you guys really could bring a legit team.
Yeah.
To World.
Oh, definitely.
So it would, and damn it, that's another thing. This whole, like, back in the day, some elite arm wrestlers didn't go to Worlds. So it would be cool to start the trend of trying to see the elite put together a team. Like if Uncle John and I had our ways and we had the bajillion bucks and we could sponsor the elite world team. I mean, can you imagine? The arm wrestlers want to get paid, right? It's hard to go to world championships where you're out of pocket unless you go drum up your own sponsorship like every arm wrestler's done since the 50s.
Somebody in the community needs to hit the lotto. That's all we need.
I've tried a few times, but just doesn't seem to be working. And I've tried a couple of times, but no chance.
So, speaking of Michael Todd being an elite arm wrestler, going to the IFA Worlds, that's pretty cool. Going to win, Michael Todd's always been the guy. He likes the medals. He likes the trophies. He likes the titles.
Yeah,
so,
and the IFA is one he doesn't have yet. So
yeah.
I'm sure he's got to get one for the collection.
So when would another Worlds be in the United States?
I don't know. I don't know if they've announced where the next location is going to be. I would assume, maybe they already did and I just kind of missed it, but I would assume they would be announcing that this week as well, as they would be having meetings and whatnot about all of those ongoings. But
Melbourne, Australia. Just get everyone over here. I'll show you my lovely town that no one's allowed to visit.
saying we should have worlds in Australia. You know how small the other countries would be? Oh my God. That's funny. That's funny. Hey, I want to do a shout out to Pradeep, Arm Wrestling News. Uncle John, did you watch that video?
I did.
With John Brzenk and Levon?
Who would win in their prime?
I thought, I would just like to shout out that his production value, I feel like he's upped his game with the use of like B-roll and photos. He really went to the behind the backstory with using some similar examples like Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I thought his interesting, he was basically saying people have been deemed goats before records and like numbers were really like secured, like before there was media everywhere. They kind of have an unfair advantage historically going forward towards new goats. And I was thinking John Brzenk, in my mind, he's not just the GOAT because, that was my era. I just feel like in arm wrestling. So I'm watching this movie called Vikings. You guys should all check out this show, but they talk about the All Father and Odin, and they pray to the gods. And I think as the arm wrestling community, that's the way John Brzenk should be. He was the first. We should keep him on the pedestal. He's like the All Father. Like John Brzenk, no matter what any arm wrestler does going forward, John Brzenk, we should always just keep him right here. So like with Levon, blah, blah, blah. I feel like
if Levon dominates for the next 25 years, then the conversation can happen. John Brzenk was dominant for 25 years. That's the ace card. That's the trump card. Anytime someone tries to say something different, I said, yeah, cool. Levon might be the strongest or the best right now, but he's only done it for a couple of matches. Yeah. Do it for 25 years. Sustain that massive body of his for 25 years, then we might be able to have a chat.
Yeah. So can you compare prime John versus Levon? I look at like Levon, as amazing as he is, I don't look at him as like the god yet. I mean, maybe keep going. Yeah.
I don't know. I think Levon is probably the ultimate form of anything we've seen in arm wrestling up to this date. I don't think he's the GOAT at all in any way, shape, or form, not even close. But he might be the boat. He might be he may be the pinnacle. It may happen, but it's all just mental masturbation at the end of the day, because you would need prime Brzenk, you would need prime Cleve Dean, you would need prime Lupkes, prime Scott Norton, prime Gary Goodrich, because all those guys were beating the hell out of each other at different timelines and whatnot. So it's a fun little, work, but it's not really,
Okay, the whole when was John Brzenk in his prime? One of the reasons why John is so amazing is that I picture him like, when you're playing the video game and you have your little power levels, you have like your strength, your
stats.
life, your stats. I feel like John Brzenk, what has made him what he is that in different eras, if one, like all his stats were all extremely high, but if one dropped over time, he compensated by raising his other stats. So it's like, I don't think there's just one version of John in his prime. There was John, 80s John had a particular strength, and then 90s John had maybe another strength, but it was,
John is the epitome of a Pokemon, the way he continually evolved and just got bigger and stronger. There was little fair-haired, smiley John, and then he evolved into 80s John, and then bang, 90s John come out and, supercharged and evolved. Oh, he's just phenomenal. Just phenomenal.
Hey, we got a couple extra super chats here. Matt, Tickle My Limits. Larratt says, what's up, Savages? What's up from Central Florida? What's up, chat? And no one beats Prime Brzenk, no matter how much sauce and how big they are. End of the story. He's confident. Soft Wash Sciences, $4.99 super chat as well. Soft Wash, let me know if you have a question to go along with that. I will be on the lookout.
I think you brought up a great point about John Brzezink's video. Like, what should it be titled? Could I have beat Levon?
Could I have beaten Levon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really good.
That would be close to 1 million views, I reckon. If he, just does it this week and just 2 minutes. Because the best thing about John is he doesn't have to make elaborate high-tech videos. I mean, he had like 3,000 views on, and I think the title was, this time camera sideways. And we all went, oh my God, John's turned his phone. So the good thing about John is he just has to speak and we will all listen. So and none of his videos, they don't ever need to go over 2 minutes unless he really, unless he's sharing a story and wants to elaborate on how he would beat a prime Dennis, a prime Levon or something like that. But he just has to sit there and go bang and he'll just absolutely smash it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got a new entry into the show. My man, my boy, Artem Taranenko.
Matt, Tickle My Limits and Soft Wash Science, thank you for your super chats, guys. Artem.
Hello.
Are you in, I can't remember, is it Orlando that the event is in?
Event is in Orlando. I'm in Jacksonville, and you are in your car.
Yeah. How far is Jacksonville from Orlando?
Why do you have a seatbelt on?
Oh,
Man, you guys' conversations here out of control. There needs to be a seatbelt the whole time. I'm about 2 hours, or maybe, excuse me, like the event is like in the south, like Disney-ish. I'm like 2.5 hours probably away from the
Are
place.
you going to get a bunch of stories for what happens there this weekend? We want to get good media. I don't know the media guy yet. Live stream is not the same as like capturing the stories. You can't really get the interviews and find out what is the behind.
Here's the thing. I did not. I don't know how cool are they going to be in the first place about recording the whole thing, right? So I'm not even sure if I can do that. But assuming that I cannot film the matches, I guess my only option will be collecting the story from the side. But I actually haven't even thought of that. That's how much of an amateur I am. So Gary, you my director. You let me know. I'll produce.
Okay, here's the deal. World's level. They can't stop you from filming. They can only stop you from having stage access. But as we all know, you can still get creative. And I was at the Nevada Worlds in Nevada, or it was the Worlds in
2010.
2010. And I got some decent footage from the side of the stage. I had to get creative. But, they just limit who can go on the stage. But you're Artem, you top roll. You might be able to get access.
And you've been doing it long enough, Artem, so I'm sure wherever you film, you could film from underneath someone's chair and it'd probably be a better view, better footage, better production.
The Arnold Classic, every year I showed up, they're like, nope, you can't get on stage. And I would like beg and plead, and I'd be like, I'll stand behind the flag. I'll stand behind the flag. And they finally would like acquiesce. But every year they told me.
I even refuse like to invite them because of that. Like Arnold Classic is completely gay in that regard. So I see why you had to fight. What am I asking people? What's the producing part? How are they prepared for IFA Worlds?
I mean, I just want coverage. I just want to know what's going on. Where are the stories? Who's, what's happening? I want to feel like I was there, bro. I can't go.
All right. I mean, we can do that. It's mostly going to be a parking lot footage and from hotbox in someone's car, but we'll do something.
I like that idea. That's a good one. Live stream the hotbox though, so I can join.
Is there anyone in the chat who's in the Southeast, 6 to 8 hours, who we've convinced to get in the car and go hang out with Artem and Hotbox?
Yeah.
Anyone?
No. I have people. I have a crew with me that's gonna do just that. I'm not rolling in alone. We come with twos, so we're good. Like we're gonna be good. We're gonna have an awesome production team that might gonna get kicked out, but you're gonna get kicked out with an awesome footage.
Nice. Hey, I did put a poll up. I put a poll up for Devon versus Half Thor, and last time we did this, it was like 80 to 20%, and now Devon is 55 to Half Thor's 45.
Oh my god, I've heard the number how much they get paid, and it doesn't matter. Everybody's winning. Everybody's winning. Actually, guys, I don't know if I want to break it in, but I have a great idea. And actually, hold on, who's all here? Oh, what's up, guys? All right, cool. Actually, all of us can make something great. So, you know how people always complain about like other countries, having like government support and whatnot for the athletes and bullshit like that, right? That's the excuse, like why people suck, right? Oh, Russia pay for them to go, right?
Right.
But it's not true, right? Like if the countries do pay, they pay for you to bring home a medal, right? You need to do something. So like you don't understand.
Deliver. I watched that on your live stream. You explained. I don't know what athlete you were talking about, but you explained literally how it worked. You're like, yes, but you have to deliver.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people can deliver medals? Like, not everyone's going to get paid.
Exactly. So in America, having a shit show situation for arm wrestling as we are in terms of federation and organization. On the country level, it's all like we kind of doing our thing. So with that being said, we can actually replicate something like that. I feel like I just don't know what to really award, right? It's a WAF. It's obviously not AFA, but is it a Zlati? Like I'm willing, as broke as I am, I'm willing to give out like, I don't know, 1 or 2 months worth of my Patreonship, which like, I think I get paid like $270, $260 after taxes. 2 months is like $520. I'm willing to give it to somebody that, I don't know, brings medal from Zlati, for example, right? I think if all of us combined, we can do something like that. But just like, for one person, but how many people are really going to bring the medal home?
Okay. So here's the thing. It's the many classes. The reason it's difficult is because there's like, let's just do open categories. How many open categories are right and left? That's why it's hard to do, because like you're not just doing one medal.
Well, I figure it should be probably done by some certain poll, right? Like obviously we cannot support everybody, right? But we can collect. I don't know. I don't need you guys to collect anything, but if I were to do it on my own, I'll give somebody, 1 or 2 months worth of my patronship. Hopefully my patronship is going to be high enough to I can give it 1 month, and 1 month will be equal like $500. So I'm willing to give $500 to anybody that brings a medal. It just have to be probably decided by a certain poll of determination who actually, I don't know, done a better job. You know what I'm saying?
I had the perfect plan in 2007, and it still would be the perfect plan. Here was my perfect plan.
I'm ready.
I here's what I did. I said, okay, as ARMTV grows, I want to give back. So I said I can only start with one class. So I said every tournament I go film, I'm gonna put money on the most stacked class. So like whichever class had the biggest competitors, I think I only did it a year, but let's say a couple $100 I threw at that class. And then I said, if ARMTV grows, then, and I had more revenue, then you can move to the second most stacked class. So let's say we're starting small. We put together Knights of the Round Table, arm wrestling creators, and we all contribute, let's say $100 to start. And there's 10 creators, that's $1,000. You say, we're going to give away $1,000 to the gold medal winner of the most stacked class at like an event, Worlds. And then we go from there. As our budget grows, then we could grow the classes we gave the prize money to. That's the best way to begin small and have a plan to scale out.
No, that's not bad way to determine. I mean, it in the same time though, like how many people do go to Zloty and how many bring the medal from America? It's like one person anyway. I think on there's like 2-3 people go, and the thing it's a 1 or 2 medals. So it's not gonna be that hard, but yeah, your way to determine. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, it would have to be maybe an investment, Adam. Like you might find someone and go, right, we're going to give you a weekly wage for 12 months to help you motivate. So you just train from one Zloty to another, and then they might have a better chance. Because from what my understanding is, even the pros say it costs so much to even just compete at Zloty, to fly and
Well, it's
accommodate.
not really. The people like to exaggerate. Me and Herman did the math. It doesn't really cost shit to compete like anywhere unless you're like juicing to the gills. But me and Herman did the math. Like you can fly anywhere for fairly cheap as long as you're not trying to make a GoFundMe account to go. Like there are people that like really collect like $5,000 to go to Orlando from America. Like, bro, what the fuck?
Well, they want to pay for the hotels and the partying afterwards, and maybe a couple of extra, juices before it, when they stick it in their earlobe or something, just to get that bigger.
It's for the Coke. That's the expensive part.
It's most of the after party. That's why I stopped supporting people's like GoFundMe to go to like local tournaments, because I'm like, motherfucker, if I'm sending you money, I don't want to see you on the after party. Like, how come you did not win? You took like some shitty place and you're over there taking pictures in the club. Like, no. That's not how my investment works.
You're not allowed after party. That's the whole reason to go to tournaments.
Yeah, but that's like if you're collecting money for it, like I don't feel like you're allowed, and especially if you get shitty. Like if you did a great job, like okay, I'll send you more money to go party. Like, but like if I'm supporting someone going to fund me and they're lost and I see them on the, getting shots, like no, you have to give me my money back.
I've just taken everyone's money. I don't really care. I finished 9th, but I finished 1st at the after party. Yeah, I get it. Show some remorse or commiserations, or just get on a video and go, for everyone that funded me, I'm so sorry, and pretend you've gone to the room and hide from all the after party cameras, because if I donated $200 to Artem to go compete and he finishes 11th, but man, Artem really
I have never donated. I have never donated
at the after party. I
have never donated anybody $200. I'm really getting pissed over like 20 or some shit. So I'm way more petty than you. If somebody blowing up my 20, I'm getting mad.
Hey, I would like to tie this into Devon's boxing match. You mentioned how much money these guys are making, and it's win or lose, right?
Oh yeah.
Wait, has the number been revealed?
Well, I was told it was not revealed, so I'm not going to tell you guys. But I just know it's really a appealing number.
Yeah.
It's a really high number.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
I'll say fuck arm wrestling if it gave me that number.
Wow.
Okay, so I watched Pradeep's video. I watched your video, Uncle John, and I of course had a similar. I watched the Devon sparring, and man, he's getting paid a lot of money to not look. I mean, I feel bad. I don't know how to say it. I wasn't like wowed. I wanted to be wowed by the power.
Yeah. You wanted to be wowed by a non-boxer being awesome at boxing. Is that what you're looking for?
I picture Tom Nelson is a perfect example. I've seen Tom Nelson fight a guy and he moved like faster than I can even, like it was so fast. And I was like, it made me scared. I watched Tom, I was like, oh, I would want, like was scary. And when I watched Devon, I wasn't scared. I thought I'd be scared by the ferocity of the power and the speed. And I was
it's also Devon. He's not going to, allow, amazing footage of him to go out. I mean, look at all the fat photos he was taking for King of the Table and and telling everyone he was on this putrid diet and things like that. And then when he turned up the king of the table, he just looked unbelievable. And I think something similar may be the same. So everything I see with Devon sparring and all that, I'm just taking it all with a grain of salt. Either they both can't box eggs and they're just both going to exhaust each other out by doing nothing, or someone's going to get hurt. And I can't wait.
After watching that sparring footage, I'm pulling my expectations back. I'm going to enjoy it for what it is. I have no, I'm just hoping for a good time. I would like Devon to win, but I'm not going to bank on it. But even watching Devon, I watched Devon on your Uncle John last night. Devon came on your show. He said he thinks it's harder to become a boxer than an arm wrestler. That's big words.
Yeah, he specifically said that there's just so much going on with boxing as compared to arm wrestling.
Oh yeah.
Oh, boxing. Yeah, I trained for about 2 years when I was a bit younger to be a boxer, and that is hard work.
Yeah, same thing with MMA too. You have to work for that shit. Actually, not like arm wrestling.
Arm wrestling.
Hey, I just want to get through this super chat. White Wolf super chat $5.
You stand in the back of the gym and do this.
MMT
Cool.
Today refocused and reloaded video, 310 pounds plus. Love to see he and Devon collaborate to take down Levon. Let's go MMT 2.0. 310 plus pounds. You think Michael can get there?
Why not? Why? I mean, he's a dedicated man. So if he wants to, he's going to get there. If he wants to get that big, he's a very, very focused individual. So yeah, if he wants to get to 310, I've got no doubt.
Do you think this time it'll look better than the last time he was at 300 pounds?
Oh yeah. Of course. Yeah, he's going to do it. He'll just look fantastic at 310. He's not going to come out looking like a slob or anything, or have a giant neck or something. Yeah, if he wants to get 310 pounds, without a doubt, easy.
Here's what I would like to see. Monster Michael Todd still in chat. What about a rematch with Devon and Monster, but boxing?
No. I want to see arm wrestling. I just want to see people arm wrestling.
Michael is not going to sign up for that.
That's true.
Hasn't Michael said he would take on celebrity boxing matches?
Oh, if he was getting an enormous amount of money.
I don't think he's for that.
Aren't these guys getting enormous? Well, that's my fear, is that they're getting paid so well. What is causing someone to go out and say, I'm going to go above and beyond and really try to kick the shit out of the other guy?
Well, ego of each person.
Yeah. That's just testosterone. That's
yeah. How many people you've seen that should have laid down a match, but went to try to do something they're not supposed to do? I don't know. People willing to do stupid shit for free. So 500,000 million or whatever the number is. I have no doubt they'll be able to do anything else.
Yeah. We got another super chat from Soft Wash Science. Says, start a pool for North American #1. I will even start it. Make it visible on a website and other areas. I'll put in $100 to build it up until it's won. I'm not sure I fully grasp the concept, but more money for more arm wrestlers is cool. I'm definitely pro that.
So have you guys been watching the clips I put up on Mohegan Sun?
Yes.
Some people in the chat said that they're hungry for some big open events again. It kind of got me hungry too.
But they're not just hungry for big open events. They're hungry for big open events with lots of elite pullers.
Yeah.
Are you saying that can't happen?
I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm just saying it's a lot harder to get it to happen nowadays.
Yeah, that'd be hard work.
Is it though? Or just nobody really tried and nobody has the money?
Well, yeah, so it's hard. Nobody has the money. That makes it hard.
No, I mean, you see some tournaments still happening. I feel like it just. Oh, hold on. I'm geeking the terrible stuff here. I feel like just like no, it happens by accident. Like there's still people, like still tournaments that have like good showing. It's just they happen by accident. It's not really advertised. Like they're not supposed to be big, but they turn out to be somewhat big.
But I think this Mohegan Sun one particular is like a super show, right? Because who do we got? We got Ron Bath. We got John Brzenk. We got Travis Bajan. We got Tom Nelson. I think was Jerry Caderet was there. Mike Salieris. Like literally everybody from that timeline was there.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Monster and Michael Todd, you're in the chat. You were at Mohegan Sun. Do you remember there was 3 classes, right? 3 classes left, light, middle, heavy. Do you remember the prize money? Like what if we want to do something like that again, what's the budget? What do we got to have?
I feel like big tournaments start dying off in like 2013, when like in 2014, 15, when WEL kicked in with their bullshit about like, yeah, let's just host 300 shitty tournaments and let people know that it actually doesn't take anything to make a tournament. So now we oversaturated with shitty stuff and nobody wants to. Now we have 50,000 tournaments with 20 people in it. But I feel like back in the days when I started arm wrestling here in the South, there was like 5 tournaments, if that, in the whole South, and every single one of them were like huge.
Yeah,
because of that.
So you don't like that there's more and more tournaments coming at him? Do you think it's really watering?
Oh no, I feel like it's bad. I feel like you need to take some type of IQ test before you can host the arm wrestling tournament, right? Because I feel like as much as it's cool, like the more arm wrestling tournaments, the better technically, but in the same time, there's also a lot of cons. Like a lot of cons, especially, you know, because promoting so much really shitty and uneducated way to arm wrestle to where it kind of hurts us everywhere, right? Like, as I said, I mean, as Gary is asking, like they haven't been really big tournament because there's so many of them. There's so many of them on the same day. So even if you had tried to do something big enough, there will be like 15 other tournaments like that same day. So like even if you try, you're not gonna get the same results you could have had a long time ago, I guess, unless you plan it out and you got lucky. Because here the thing is big tournament. Sometimes you just like luck. Like if your timing is so good to where like it worked out for many other people, like Kansas City tournament last year, it was huge tournament with many great names. Like 10 people from Florida showed up. Like, and like, I bet you like 90% of us did not even got paid like to even show up, but I guess it just worked out for everybody. It was like one tournament kind of around, you know, and everybody just happened to be like, oh well, yeah, we could come there, and it just became, it could have easily been like the biggest tournament out there if there was an idea, it could be that big because it was huge. So, but nobody could really predict that.
Can I tell you what I just remembered when I was putting on the ROTNs? I gave away $20,000. I gave away $20,000. Don Fritchie gave away $20,000, but I was the promoter of the like organizing, and I still have my notes. We didn't get over like 123 entries.
Oh wow,
20K, bro.
Yeah, the money is not the reason people come. Really, people kind of really want to come to see the show. So I feel like good super match, it's a lot better than the money, because money people, I mean, I'm not interested in any money because I know I have to work for it, and I possibly like I'm not winning it. So, but if there's like Devon Larratt pulling somebody like 6 hours away from me, I'll do that drive. I'm not gonna do the drive for like, you know, promise $500 or even 1,000, but Devon Larratt pulling somebody, I'll drive 6 hours out of my way just to watch that.
Well, it's interesting you say that, because when I was promoting those tournaments, I never worked the phone so hard in my life. Like I was calling all my members, hey man, you come up, blah, 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 blah. And the minute people knew, they were like, I even paid down to 6th place. And the minute people knew that the top 4 guys, you know, John Brzenk, Travis Bajan, Ron Bath, Michael Todd, Eric Wiffel, Marcio Barbosa, they were like, I'm not, I'm going to go 2 and out. I'm not even coming.
Yeah, but
You can't please everyone. People are going to come because they've got
but
money.
yeah, you don't want those people in the tournament anyway. I feel like. I mean, I wouldn't want them.
Well,
Down with
yeah, I mean,
amateurs.
you can't
no
get everyone.
amateurs.
do we?
Anyway, I'm not trying to please that exact guy. You know what I mean? Like, come on now.
Just to come full circle. Putting on tournaments is hard work, dude. People do that.
It is.
Yeah.
Hey, can I tell you? I just wanted to. I don't know how many people know this, but I think it was my second year. So I was hosting. I can't remember what hotel, but I came in. We had the ballroom. I rented red velvet couches that we put front row seats. I put a little buffet, and I hosted these ROTN. I hosted little mini ROTNs around the events, and then you were VIP, and you came and you got to eat throughout the entire event and drink whatever you want. So it was a fully catered thing for like 12 arm wrestlers, and I wanted to treat them like kings, right? And Ron Bath, he came up, he's like, what am I going to do with this? I was like, what do you mean? Like, dude, I can't eat while I'm arm wrestling. I can't drink. Like, I like the couch, but the big buffet does me no good, bro. Save it till after. Anyways, I just thought I was like above and beyond trying to do stuff for the arm wrestlers. And it's like 123 entries. Damn.
Yowzas. Hey, we got a few more super chats. White Wolf says, crikey, Gary, are you new on planet Earth? Do you actually think that Devon, the master manipulator, is releasing real footage of where he's at? You likely think CNN news is real as well. Come on, Marine.
Okay. Boy. You bring up a good point. Okay. When I was watching the stuff building up to Michael Todd and Devon Larratt, you could always tell Devon's stuff was just enough that you could know he's trolling, like when he's talking about how fat he's getting and the pancakes and the dibba. But when I watched this footage, it's slightly too honest. He's really like, oh, this shit is hard. Like, it doesn't sound like trolling. It sounds like
in the video that they put out, it was 6 rounds of sparring, was it not?
Yeah,
it was
but
like a super cut of 6 rounds of sparring. Do you think, like, I don't know if he would go that far. Like, okay, let's spar for 6 rounds, and I'm gonna look kind of shitty for 6 rounds, and that'll be the joke that I play on Thor.
Yeah, I think it was honest. Even watching your little segment last night, Devon Larratt's like, my eyes have been open. The props to boxer. This is hard work.
Yeah.
And you know how hard it is to become an elite arm wrestler. He's basically just saying, no, boxing harder. And I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah. Jody Chocolate Thunder Williams says, yo, Artem, I'm in your state. Where's that good mac and cheese?
Oh, at my house. Come on over.
Got to go to Jacksonville, Jody.
Yeah, just
Rebecca Todd. Good night, fellas. Got to get some shut-eye. You all rock. Good luck, John, in your upcoming match. Artem, I better see corgis. Rebecca Todd, have fun this weekend. Get lots of footage for us. I want to see lots of content.
Hold on. What did
She's cool as.
What did Rebecca say about corgis?
She said she better see them.
Corgis.
Oh, I don't know, Rebecca. I mean, I technically can. Ooh, it's a tough one.
That'd be hard to film and bring corgis.
Just bring photos. Don't do it to them. Leave the corgis at home.
I mean, I can, but at the same time, I just don't know. I don't know how cool they're gonna be in the whole IFA thing. So, if it was, because we brought them to a couple of tournaments, people met them, people followed them. But my baby Teddy is right now at 1,000 followers on Instagram, which is crazy.
Nice.
Your dog have Instagram?
Yep, both of them, Teddy and Boris. But Teddy been killing it. Teddy jumped like 700 followers in like a week or something.
Nice.
Artem, look for one person. I want to know that we talked one person in the driving to the event this weekend. Try to find that person. It says, hey, I wasn't going to come, but I heard you guys talking Tuesday night. I figured I'd get in the car with my boys and drive it on down there. Find me one person.
All right. All right.
Uncle John, you want to talk about Arm Wars? Any updates with your matchup?
So with my matchup, I got I'm getting close on closing my second block. I got 4.31% left.
God, that's what we were gonna try to close you out tonight. I failed you.
Oh no.
How much is a block? How much is a full block?
So it depends on the match. They change,
Okay.
they do different things for different matches, but mine, we've had 2 10% blocks. And I don't know exactly how much each block is. Sometimes it seems like it's $1,000 a block. Sometimes it seems like it's $2,000 a block, but I'm not really sure. But the thing that just happened was they just added in 2 more matches to the card. Bojidar Simeonov versus Vlad Krasovskis. I think that's how you say it. From Latvia. So that's going to be 2 really good matches. So you can, Bojidar is sold out on both. Vlad, you can still buy right now.
Well, let's sell out Uncle John. I've already maybe purchased a little bit of Uncle John action on State Kings.
Nice.
Oh, Uncle John, I'm so sorry. I was going to promote this tonight and I failed.
Gary, don't cry about it. It's going to happen. It's going to
No,
happen.
I wanted to sell you out tonight. I wanted to get... Okay.
Actually, I'm a bit disappointed, Gary, that you've succumbed to peer pressure. As soon as Artem teased you about the seatbelt, you took it off. You should have stood strong and left the seatbelt on.
God damn it.
Don't put it back on. Now that's more. No, now you're peer pressure to me. Make a decision for yourself.
I don't know what to do. I don't know. Uncle John, what do I do? Seatbelt or no seatbelt?
Hold on, let me look at you. I mean, seatbelt was kind of part of the image. I maybe took it a little bit away from you.
Signifies
so
your...
go buy some Uncle John steaks. Go buy some Uncle John steaks. He's winning, so it's guaranteed money. Guaranteed. If you like guaranteed money, you bet on Uncle John.
I am feeling significantly better about the match every single day.
Yeah, it's because it's the shirt you're wearing. Just saying. I would too.
It reeks of power.
That's right.
Artem.
Uh-huh.
What do you think about Uncle John? John Brzezinski going on YouTube?
Oh, I mean, it's a little too late, but yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome.
It's too late.
Well, it's never late, but I mean, imagine if he was here like years ago. It would have been insane.
He could have Devon Larratt numbers.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm never really like, I have my right to talk shit to people who start too late, but it's never really too late. But I feel like I told you so. You know what I mean? You always tell them like to come to YouTube, and they always were gonna deny you. And then one day, oh man, how do I do this? Like, why did you struggle this whole time? You could have been making millions, all of us.
When I hung out with John, I keep wanting to say Uncle John. I hung out with John in Waxahachie, and he was like, my life is boring. I don't know what kind of content to put up. But that little clip he put right there, where when I watched Dave Chafee and Levon, like, I did not know that Dave should just try to grip lower. And when I heard John say right away, he's like, damn, why did he top roll? I was like, oh shit, that's good. That's good content. Like, if John Brzezinski did what Ryan does, every time a big event is over, John goes live and just starts talking about what he's seeing. Dude, he'll get some juicy. He'll get juicy.
Yeah. He'll make killer money. Just once he figures out, how to do it all, he'll be rich in no time.
Softwash Science, $4.99 super chat. Here's a theoretical for everybody. You could fight any arm wrestler in history. Who would it be? And your weapon of choice. Me would be Cleve Dean with a recurve bow. What do you say?
I don't know what. Is he hotboxing?
Maybe. I would fight the weakest. I would fight Barry Bourne. Barry Bourne. That would be my arm wrestler to fight.
I still want to fight Barry Bourne because I just wanted to prove that I could do it.
Well, too late. I took him. He's my guy that I'm fighting.
He has disappeared. I did retire that dude.
You did retire
No,
him. You didn't have to throw
Thank
someone
you.
a punch.
It has been fantastic not hearing that name. It's been brilliant. Let's just put it in never bring up again category, please, ladies and gentlemen. That's just, I think YouTube should chuck it in their algorithm and people get kicked off if they bring up that name. I think that's chuck that in there.
Is Barry Bourne. He was so active on Facebook. He was tagging me like daily. He was always tagging everyone. He was starting this big production company, throwing massive amounts of blah, blah, blah. And now he's ghosted, dude. Like, so weird, because I'd like to segue to your show last night with the Trolls and Matt Craig.
Yeah.
I can only be on for like another 20 minutes. I want to talk about that show last night. I want to talk about. Oh, Artem.
Uh-huh.
You're a perfect guy to have around. Have you unbanned me from arm wrestling discussion? I have not been able to. I've had to go to Uncle John, who's doing videos on your group, but now Uncensored has come out and took all the excitement away. Now Uncle John's not even doing videos on your group. Do you care about this?
No, it's not really my group, so I don't care too much. But yeah, no.
Why don't you unban me? Come on, I'm a good boy.
That's not after me. There's a board of people, like, I'm expensive bribe. I'm waiting on my it's perfect timing. Whenever we move on my request about Jeremy Papa videos, we can go about our messing discussion on blocking.
Oh, you are bribing me.
Yeah, because I have the power. I'm not gonna lie, I have the power. Just when it's kind of for free, I have to talk to my peers and all that. When I'm kind of getting my countermeasure footage for Jeremy Pappy, all of a sudden that unblock button just kind of becomes my own.
Okay, that's fine. I will look for some footage, but I have a question. Did that board, Arm Wrestling Uncensored, pop up because you censor free speech? Are you like a message board Nazi?
Well, I think it's their idea. It's not like truth, because I'm barely in that group. I blocked like 2 people in 2 years, and one of them is you. And one of them is a Shank Styler guy, because he and I'm not just blocked both of you guys because I don't like you, because both of you did not follow the rules. So and that's 2 people. There's like 20 of them getting blocked by other admins. So I don't know. I think that's what David Codlos thinks is an idea of the group. I don't think it's really true, because our messing discussion group is really like untouched. Like, there is 2 rules. It's like, don't be a dumb fuck, and like, don't be a dumb fuck twice. Like, and if you if you fail either one of the rules, you're in trouble. But
and Gary, you got banned twice.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's
terrible. To tell you how terrible Gary did, Gary was banned before we made those rules. But Gary was banned before the rules. We created the rules.
The Gary Roberts rule.
Yeah.
Roberts rule. Wow.
Well, there's no rule, because we don't know what the rules should be. Our wrestling training is really, it's the most, nothing can compare to our wrestling training group, because it's very highly moderated, and like everything little dumb request gets out of there. Our wrestling discussion, like, I don't know how people get censored there. Like, there were never rules. We had to create 2 rules, and like, there's nothing gets, like, Facebook removes content from there constantly. Like, I always get notification like, hey, Facebook removed this and this from this group. I'm like, okay. So like, there's a wild west out there, and somehow people need even more uncensorship. So I don't know.
Say hi to Bubby.
What up, dude?
Hey.
G'day, mate.
Good night, Bubby. You don't want to leave with me?
I think he's tired.
Okay. Good night, my son. After seeing, I'm glad we brought this up, because after seeing all the crazy memes and the craziness that is being posted, and if I compare my behavior to what is out there, I'm like, dude, how do you ban me, bro? It's crazy. It's crazy.
As long as the memes like that Arm Wrestling Uncensored, I have a bit of a read and a watch, and like a lot of the memes, they're just memes. They're just funny memes, and that's something I can get behind. If you start going too far and attacking people's family and that, then I'm off ya. But a lot of it's just harmless memes, and I find a lot of them quite funny.
I think they're hilarious. Most of them.
Okay. So last night you had Matt Craig on.
Yeah.
Banter between him and Evan. Then you had Devon on. Was that the real?
So we invited all these people. I invited the real Devon, but we don't know if Devon is actually real or if it's multiple people or who it is. And
Devon's turned up on a Zoom chat before, but it wore a clown face.
Yeah. So this was another Devon. We think we pretty much figured out that it was maybe it was one person who has access to the account or speaks for Devon, or it could have been just a complete fake out from Matt Craig. I'm not exactly sure. It was a big runaround. We didn't really find out anything other than the fact that everyone involved in the whole situation is completely out of their mind.
Can I tell you a story?
Sure.
Story time. Okay. Artem, I don't even know if you were born yet. Okay.
I was born in 1995.
Okay. Back when you were 8. Back when I got into the sport, there was this AAA message board, old school format. And it was if you were on team, like if you were team AAA, you could say whatever you want. But if you had anything negative to say about anything, you got censored. And it was very obvious that they were biased. And one day I went in there, I think I was trying to promote something with ARMTV, and I was getting, people were like, hey, who's this guy trying to promote himself? Anyways, I was so upset about the bias in the censoring versus not, that I created an account. I think Eric Wolf told me it was Bob 13 or something. I created an account and I started saying crazy shit. I mean, really bad stuff that could get me canceled. Anyways, I got a message from Karen Bean. She was the runs AAA. She's like, I know you're Bob 13. I got your IP address and your name. It matches. And I was like, oh shit, I've been outed. And she goes, I think she said something like, you got to behave yourself or whatever. To this day, I'm afraid that she's going to release the transcripts of like Bob 13. Because I was saying I was young and dumb, okay? I was saying some crazy stuff. Anyways, because I was trying to like expose I was like, okay, you're censoring everyone, but then some people were saying some outlandish things. So then I just upped it. And I said crazy shit. Anyways, I was a troll when I first got into arm wrestling, 2003. But I've since grown up, okay? I don't do that anymore. I am not Devon.
Gary's like, I can't have that stuff getting out now during cancel culture. So gotta get ahead of it.
I like
Karen,
it.
I've done enough for the sport of arm wrestling, and I hope you safely deleted and burned all of that business. Whatever I said back then as my alter ego, Bob something, please delete.
Gary's getting canceled. White Wolf, $5 super chat says, Saturday prediction, winner, Devon and Thor. Come on, guys. The best part of the fight is happening right now in the buildup. Enjoy the ride. Life is short.
That's what Devon to win. So arm wrestling wins. It's arm wrestling versus strongman. And I think it'll be interesting to see the internet melt, because I know anyone that's put any sort of content or anything like that saying that Devon's going to win, boy, oh boy, get your helmet on because you're getting ambushed. It is unbelievable. So I wouldn't mind Devon winning and winning comfortably, just to see all the other people just melt in the comments section. I can't handle it. And then I can just make a video saying Devon beats Thor, so he beats LeVar.
Yeah.
I have built up Devon in my mind as, this mythic hero who can like kill you in 2 seconds with his hands. I don't want to see so I built him up to mythic proportions. I'm afraid I'm gonna watch him box and see him just be human, and it's gonna.
So you don't meet your heroes, man. Don't do it. I met Alice Cooper, and all the mystique just got let right out of the balloon.
Well, he's not cool.
I mean, he's fine.
Yeah, I
He's
met
just
Hulk
a dude.
Hogan, and the guy disappointed me.
Yeah, it's just like, just don't do it. Just don't do it. Just live the dream. Live the dream that you're in.
Only one hero has ever lived up to expectations, and I met Uncle John, and
There you go.
never been disappointed.
That's where it's at. That's
I gotta go. Artem, what before I go, I want to know what's the next 12 months for your channel? What's in the plans here?
Oh wow, that's a tough question. I have like millions ideas every day. I'm just trying to attack them one by one. And I'm hopefully Devon comes back alive, and we come back to Thursday trash list episodes with him. I would like to do that. I'm still working on my working as a still in my head to do a little bit of things about a serious video, how to train arm wrestlers on social media, aka how arm wrestlers should make money, or whatever the ways to make money. Me and Uncle John gonna have to troll some arm wrestlers about the levels. I don't know if Uncle John have talked about earlier, but me and him talked about it, and we would like to make a tier ranking system on which arm wrestlers actually deserve to be paid, like so something like that. And a couple other projects, but nothing too crazy really. But I'm trying to do different stuff, I guess.
Yeah, awesome. I have a question. You guys, I'm going to ask you what I should do. Okay. So when I first got into the sport and I was figuring out my content, I was like, oh, I'm going to try to post 15-minute videos. And let's say my channel averaged 300K views a month. But then I got busy and I'm having to sell this house and new baby, blah, blah, blah. So I cut the videos down to 8 minutes and my views are still 300K average. And people are like, why are you posting such short videos? And I find it interesting that half the videos take up half the effort and I'm getting the same. And like, I want to be like, well, when my channel gets to 600 views, I'll go back to 15 minutes. Do you think there's a problem with cutting down to the 8 minutes?
Not at all.
No,
not at all. We're in a society where we have a very, very short attention span. So if you've just halved your work and getting the same results, that means you can put out double the content. So if you're making 8-minute videos and not 15-minute videos anymore, then you can whip out 2 8-minute videos. And then there's your regular content, which helps YouTube. I mean, sometimes people don't have the capacity to watch for 3 minutes. That's why I was, when I first started, I was all about, I just wanted to meet everyone. That was one of my goals, to meet everyone. So I was doing these 45 minutes, 1 hour, even up to an hour and a half podcasts, with people. And and sometimes that's just too long. I mean, there's just so much content out there. I think if you do it in smaller increments, I think it is better for your channel.
Yeah. I think going forward with the older content, when I'm almost done with the work, we turn over the keys tomorrow. When I'm done with my road trip, I would like to, instead of doing one 15-minute video, like you said, I could do a video in the morning of 8 minutes, a video in the night of the 8 minutes, and work that way. Uncle John, do you care about the length of your videos?
I've been edging them shorter and shorter. I used to try to make really cool long videos, and I just find that it doesn't really. It's more about the content of it, right? Right now, arm wrestling's really hot for short, compact, newsy types of videos, right? I do a video on Devon. It's 3 minutes long, but 4,000 views, right? Which for my channel is awesome, super awesome for my channel. So it's hard not to do that. But I was talking to Artem about that too earlier, and it's just like, it's not really what I want to do, right? I don't want to do that stuff, but it's hard not to, because it's almost like free views, because it's going to hit.
That's what works, isn't it? That's what works. Like I love.
It's a balance. It's a balance between doing what I want to do, which is more of the weirdo stuff that probably not many people are going to want to watch, or just the training based stuff, whatever it is. But right now, people really like the Arm Wrestling Uncensored live streams. Both of those live streams have kicked the piss out of every other live stream I've done recently.
Uncle John, I thought we were friends.
Why are we not friends now?
Why didn't I get the invite? Why didn't you tell me about last night? I missed it.
Oh, I figured that we had like 18 people already lined up.
Oh, I'm 19. I see where I rank. All right.
Well, you know, when
I was cleaning. It's okay.
Sure you were, Gary. But yeah, you know, we can do a lot more with those guys, and that's what I'm kind of going towards. Is I'm trying to walk both lines. I'm trying to appeal to a larger community, but I'm also spending a lot of time just hanging out with the weirdos, because I'm kind of a weirdo too. And then the weirdos, guys like me who are weird about arm wrestling and they think everything is funny, those people tend to be a little bit more of a hardcore fan.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what I really enjoy. Like, I want hardcore fans. I don't want just a bunch of people that are like, oh yeah, Uncle John, yeah, I see him. I want people that are like, David Bradford getting, put up on the stake or something, the psychopath.
Yep. You need 1,000 hardcore fans to make a living at social media.
There you go. So that's what we're going for.
Devon Spinning Wheels says, can John Brzenk surpass ARMTV and Ryan Bowen subscribers in a month? Listen, if John Brzenk does turn his camera on and does little sound bites, he's not going to get the 20,000 views with no content. So he has to post. But he's got this weekend coming up a video on Can I Beat Levon? What are my thoughts on Devon boxing? Those will hit, man. All he has to do is that, and he'll crush it.
Yeah, hey, for sure. Software Science had a $4.99 super chat. Says, who is Levon Gasparini and is he a Democrat? I do not know, and I do not know.
Yeah.
Thank you, Softwatch Science. You guys are welcome to stay on, but I gotta giddy up.
I gotta head out too, boys.
Yeah,
so I think we'll wrap it here for tonight.
Hey, Ozzy, we're here for the whole show. Well, awesome.
Yeah, no, it was good because the internet worked this time, and my wife took her work elsewhere because usually she sits behind me because she's working from home, and I've got to wrap up before she starts her work. So yeah, she went somewhere else so I could hang out.
Nice.
Have fun this weekend. Go get some good content.
Thank you, sir. I'll do it just for you.
Thank you. And Uncle John, any watch parties?
Yeah, I'm going to do a pre-show for Devon and Thor on Friday. And then I'll probably do a watch party on Saturday too. I'm sure there'll probably be about 850 of them going on.
I'll be one of them. I love it because commentating is my thing. So
come on. So where can I make more money? Seeking home doing the thing or being an IFA doing the world thing? I feel like I'm going to the world thing. I feel like Seeking Home talking about Thor and Devon will be much more profitable event. Like, come on, if Alex comes to the thing, like, I reckon now you can pay for posting the matches, right?
Oh, shit. Arnhem. Dude, before I go, you have to explain. I gotta know. Do you not feel bad at all about just completely ripping off the Dave Chafee footage? 100%?
Huh?
You live streamed the entire Dave Chafee Levon match.
I don't know what you're talking about, Gary. This is crazy talk, Gary Roberts. I've never done such thing.
Are you denying you're gonna play that card? Oh my god.
So here's what happened. I was bored on the side. Not that was interesting in watching anyway. Let's just be honest. But I happened to be free, and I happened to start, looking for a certain thing. I went live to commentate over this if I find it, and I get messages like, "Hey, the live stream is free on Armbats." I'm like, "All right, cool." So I switched it over, and I'm like, "Oh, it is free." So I figure like if it's free, then I can just stream it. So like,
Okay, but your footage is free on YouTube. Does that mean I can stream your footage?
I mean, I guess so. Yeah. I mean, you can.
Man, you see the line we're walking here? Just because it's free on YouTube. Come on now.
No. I mean, if it's free, like you have a total right to take the footage. What I was doing was 100% technically legal from YouTube standpoint. If the event was truly free, but it wasn't, you can take my footage and restream it, and as long as you comply with the rules of the open use, you should be okay.
Listen, YouTube is wrong. I mean, YouTube is wrong.
Well, YouTube complies with whatever the local laws are.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
I mean,
what I was doing was, it was technically illegal, right? But I didn't know that because I thought the footage was free. But then people told me like, no, you just opened it in the right time. If you update your stream, they'll ask you to pay. I'm like, well, I guess I'm not updating it, and I just kept it audio free, and I made sure to delete the footage because that people's channels get deleted and shit. I'm like, all right. I mean, I was not really trying to do none of that, so I just made sure. I didn't know none of that. I was not trying to openly pirate the whole thing.
I thought Uncle John said it was because you just straight up don't like Igor or something like that.
No. Hey, you know what? Years ago, our last conversation when me and Igor got heated and like, I told him to go fuck off, which I've done it many times. The reason he's actually upset with me that I did said like 5 years ago, like, hey, I'm gonna pirate the fuck out of your streams, and that's the one thing he got upset about. The thing because I told him to fuck off many times. We went through this whole relationship thing 50 times, but I think the fact that I told him that I'm gonna, do something with his live streams really pissed him off, which I never did. And even this time, I actually did it, but I didn't mean to, right? It was just like I thought it was free, and I went for it. And I'm not, I mean,
He messaged me the other day, Igor, and he thought I had created my own pay-per-view for the Dave Levan match. So I did a screen because I bought the $9.99 or whatever it was. I bought it and I screenshot that I purchased it, and then Igor Mazarenko.
He did.
Yeah, and because I posted the story on Instagram and like showing everyone, I've bought the match, and I said, I've bought my pay-per-view. Can't wait for the match. And obviously with the communications between him and I, he messaged me and he's like, what do you mean your pay-per-view? And I was like, no, I mean, like, I've bought it. Like, I'm going to be watching, literally, it all said ARMTV. And yeah, I was like, mate,
the guy has no business being on the internet talking to other people. Like, that's the problem.
All right, guys, got to go.
All right. Take it easy, boys. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for all your support. Maximum effort. See you guys next week.
Pretty bad!